Hello and welcome to another walkthrough by Commander Rogden from Rogden Gaming. We are currently on the Riften Sidequest Part 3, and we are going to start our quest off with Mijol the Lioness. You can start the quest by asking her if she is from Riften.
My travels have taken me from High Rock to many years.
She will then explain to you that she has lost her sword somewhere in one of the far-off Dwemer ruins and is here searching for it. If you ask her what happened to the blade, it will prompt another quest. Note that this option may not be available to you, as this has a level requirement, and if she does not provide it to you immediately, you can always return later. Our quest location is at Mizinchaleft, a Dwemer ruin, which is just southwest of Dawnstar. To reach the ruins, you simply need to travel straight towards your objective until you reach this cobblestone road, at which point you can either travel up the side of the mountain and enter via the cliffs, or follow this path, which may be a bit difficult to see, around to the front entrance. There are several bandits surrounding the area, so you may wish to have your weapon ready when you approach. If you are doing this stealthily, I recommend you wait for the bandits to assume their posts again before you resume killing them. Regardless of how you go about killing them, there are only a couple notable locations in this outside area. The entrance is, of course, at the bottom, also filled with bandits. It might be notable that this quest also has to do with the Dark Brotherhood, and if you plan on joining them, you may wish to wait till later to do this quest, although there is absolutely no penalty in doing it now. Furthermore, if you are interested, there is a speechcraft book sitting on this table. In this next room, a battle will break out between the dwarven spheres and the bandits, and you can just sit and wait for them to kill each other off, or you can join in the fight. Before entering the next area, you may wish to be thorough in your search for treasure. Upon passing through the door, there will be a spider sentry, as well as a free centurion to loot behind this gate. After killing this dwarven sphere, you'll want to hug the left side of these pipes for a chest up top. In the next area, we will encounter a puzzle that you need to use levers in a certain order to bypass. After you activate this lever, you'll see that this gate now opens, and you must reuse the levers that you used before to get back to that location. And then this final area will open up, allowing you to turn this valve and open all of them. Once you enter this next area, you will no longer be dealing with bandits, but instead with Falmer and their various counterparts. Before you exit this area, there are a few treasure chests that you may not initially know. The first is across this ledge that requires you to use Whirlwind Shout. The second is under the water in this little crevice. And the third, which may require water breathing. Our next room includes two devoutly religious Falmer. The Falmer up on this ledge is fairly obvious, however what you may not initially see is this little tripwire. So make sure to set it off and steal the treasure he has in his tent. In our next room, we have a fountain, a barred gate, some Falmer and treasure that he appears to be guarding. Guarding our switch is a Falmer behind that door, which will activate the gate down below. If you have high enough skill in lockpicking, you can acquire a full set of Falmer armor, as well as some other goodies. And our final set of Falmer will be behind this gate. Before exiting to the next section, however, you may wish to enter this room to loot a centurion. A few warnings though before you do this part. The first is that as soon as you cross this line, a dwarven sphere will spawn and the centurion will activate. The second is that this is not a normal centurion, he is a souped up centurion, so if you have range attacks, I recommend taking him out before he can respond, because he is very dangerous in melee. However you chose to get rid of him, you may wish to travel up these pipes to obtain various dwarven artifacts. Down below you may also activate this lever to release these bars, gaining access to another chest. And before you go, you can open this gate, activate this dwarven mechanism, and gain access to the Black Reach. Once you are satisfied that you can no longer carry anymore, you can take Grimsever and exit to Skyrim. Once you've returned Grimsever to Majol the Lioness, she will now be eligible to marry and will act as a companion for you. After navigating through death and peril in the Dwemer Ruin, we're going to return to town to do some gathering quests for several of the NPCs here. One is Medesi, who requires 2 flawless sapphires,
Thank you, Lamb. I'm
a chunk of gold ore, and apparently a mammoth tusk.
Everything I've got on display, really.
The second is Talon J,
Gold band.
who requests 3 flawless amethysts.
I didn't think it was my place.
Completing the quests for Talon J will provide you with a random
I want
potion.
you to accept this as payment for your sacrifice.
Completing the quest for Medesi will provide you with a small amount of gold for each delivery.
This tusk will be perfect for the Perfect. Melting this down will give me plenty of gold.
Once you have delivered all the items, you may speak with him again, and he will provide you with a random piece of jewelry. Note that mammoth tusks may be found from killing mammoths, or sometimes from bandit camps, notably the Halted Stream camp. If you have already cleared the camp, it will refresh within 10 to 30 days. While the easiest way to acquire gold ore is to purchase iron ore from a blacksmith and transmute it to silver, and then in our series of delivery quests, Balamund also has one for you that he requests you to find 10 fire salts, which can often be found at high-level alchemist stores or from fire atronachs. The reward for completing this quest is a large amount of gold. The next is Maris, who asks you to find 5 ice wraith teeth, which can also be found from high-level alchemists. They may also frequent snowy areas, in addition to a few being located here in Torvald's cave. The reward for handing in these ice wraith teeth is a low-level spellbook and some food. And our final quest in Riften will take us all across Skyrim. Trust me though, it will be worth it. It starts at this NPC here, Dinya Balu. When you ask her to receive her blessing, she tells you that it is not that simple, and you must become an agent of Mara. Your first task is to ensure that the love of Fastrid blossoms in Iverstead. If you have been following these walkthroughs, you should already have the fast travel option to this location, so let's go ahead and sprint over there. Our NPC in question can often be found tending the fields, and you can start this conversation off by asking her what's troubling her, and saying that you will talk to her parents about it.
I'm sure she thinks she's in love. Let me tell you how I see it. Until a few months ago, the girl... Now, if I thought she was... It will pass. Look around her.
So her father thinks that she is actually in love with Klimek, and he just needs a little shove to be more assertive. While her mother believes that she should simply elope with Basanius, and that she will handle her father. So you now have the option to either speak with Bassianus or Klimek, and convince either one to follow through with their love of Fastrid. The choice you make will alter the conversation that her parents provide to you when you speak with them again. However, the outcome of the quest will be the same regardless of who you convince.
Oh, fast. I'll bet Bassianus would know what's going on. He understands. What did you call me? Wait, you mean I should just... Ismir's beard, you're...
Klimek, because that is the person I spoke to here, will now run off and speak with Fastrid. You must wait until they have finished speaking before you can proceed to the next phase of this quest. So this part of the quest is important. You actually need to listen to their conversation before it will update your quest log. Once your quest log is updated, you may return to Dinya and inform her of the outcome. She will then provide you with another task that you need to set out on. This time, she wants you to go to Markarth and speak with Calcimo, the Dwemer in the Understone Keep.
I told you, idiot.
Calcimo indicates that he has an infatuation with Faline, but that he does not know how to approach her. He recommends that you speak with Yngvar, a character that is typically located outside of the treasury in Markarth. However, if the Stormcloaks have taken over Markarth, he will now be the bodyguard of the Jarl.
Remember. What? Why? Are you interested?
Your answer to this question does not change the outcome of the quest. He will respond the same way regardless of what you tell him.
As for... I didn't tell you. You know, there's a poem I once... Are you prepared to receive my gold?
You do, however, have no choice about paying him the 200 gold for the poem.
Wonderful. You should probably...
It is now your job to deliver the poem to Feline rather than Calcima. If the Stormcloaks have not conquered Markarth, Feline is actually in the same position that Yngvar is in right now. She is the bodyguard. However, if the Stormcloaks have conquered Markarth, Feline will be relocated to the Blue Palace in Solitude. Feline, who is just down these stairs, will only respond when you tell her that you have a poem for her to read. Let her know that it is from Calcimo,
I'm not sure what this is
and it
all
will
about.
start the next phase of this quest.
This is lovely. Clearly. Here.
You must now deliver her letter back to him. Once you have delivered her apparently touching letter, he will set off to find Feline, which will either be next to the Jarl, or he will travel all the way to Solitude. Do not worry, he will not die, and you do not need to escort him. You do, however, have to be present while Calcimo and Feline conduct their conversation. Upon completing this objective, we can now return to Dinya and explain to her what happened. At this point, she'll provide you with an amulet of Mara that you must don in order to start the next phase of the quest. Once you have equipped the amulet, it will now update your map with a new location, with a location that is seemingly out in the middle of nowhere. The quickest route is probably from the Western Watchtower, and you simply ride straight west. The path is incredibly straightforward. There is very little deviation, so there shouldn't be any chance of you getting lost. But you do need to make sure that you add the monument to your fast travel locations, as we will be returning here shortly.
I'm searching for my Fenrir.
So apparently Ruki is looking for her lost husband, and that he has died in a battle, but there hasn't been a battle for hundreds of years. She asks you to help her find him and updates your map with this location. The quickest route is from Radoran's retreat to the west. However, if you do not have that, you can head northwest from the Western Watchtower. Fenrig can be found hanging out in a field near some mammoths, and speaking with him will prompt you to take him to Ruki. Now you don't actually need to escort him there, as he will simply disappear and teleport to the location. Once you have fast traveled back to the location, it will start a scene where these two lovers will reunite and return back to the heavens. Once your quest objective has updated, you may return to Dinya and explain to her all the good that you have done throughout Skyrim in the name of Mara. She will provide you with the Agent of Mara title, which, if you scroll through your active effects, provides you with a 15% extra resistance to magic. There is actually one extra quest that she provides after you are finished navigating through Skyrim for her, which is simply to deliver pamphlets throughout Riften. However, I will leave that quest up for you guys to resolve. This is actually the end of our walkthrough here for our Riften Sidequests. This has been Commander Ogden. Thanks for watching.